Ever wondered why some people earn millions every year but still end up broke before the next paycheck? I know high earners driving luxury cars, living in big houses, yet they secretly borrow money for school fees. If you're a high earner, but your bank balance never reflects it, this video will show you exactly why it happens and, more importantly, how to break free. Hi, my name is Ola, and on this channel, we'll talk about personal finance, investing, and the economy. So if that's something that you need right now, please stick around by subscribing, hit the notification button, and learn something new. Now, if you've been searching for why high earners stay broke, or you've actually Googled paycheck to paycheck living in Nigeria, or you are one of them that have ever Googled how to take control of your money, this video is for you. Let's dive straight in. The very first thing you need to know, the harsh reality, is that earning more doesn't automatically make you wealthy. And you need to know that. In fact, studies show that the higher the amount you earn, the higher the chance that you will go broke faster. Right? Why? Because every pay raise eventually leads to lifestyle inflation. Somehow or the other, some new idea, something more shiny comes up and you are just tilted towards it. And then because the cash is in your account, why not if not? Another reason also is that social pressure. When you are the boss now, there's an expectation. There's an expectation that you will drop money for people on the way. There's an expectation that you should be driving a bigger car. There's just that expectation that grows on you. And without knowing, you just like align with it. And then you find that, yes, your pay has increased, but you're not necessarily more wealthy. So instead of growing your wealth, the income just passes through your accounts. And yes, your account officer will love you because you are a HNI, but your personal finances ain't smiling because you know that you are sitting on a keg of gunpowder. Now, before we go into what you need to do to fix this, let me highlight 5 possible reasons why you as a high earner are still staying broke. The first one is lifestyle inflation. What is lifestyle inflation? Lifestyle inflation is, I first started as a copper. To get to work, I was taking bus, right? I was now confirmed as a full staff. Now it's like I take bus sometimes. Sometimes I carpool with my colleagues and take an Uber. And then I now become a manager. I'm like, no, I need to have a car with a driver. And somehow or the other, as each new salary upgrade comes, you just find that you're making adjustments that seem very simple. The kind of clothes you're wearing, the kind of suits, the stores you are shopping at, and you just begin to upgrade. And eventually what you find is this: your salary has increased, but you don't necessarily feel more financially secure. You don't have any savings. You are just shiny on the outside, but you are shaky on the inside. Lifestyle inflation is the major culprit for high earners. Now, the second thing is poor cash flow management. Yes, you know you earn a lot, but can you clearly say where your money goes, right? Each month, like, can you actually account for where the money went? It really does happen to people that earn well because they just feel like, oh, there's plenty of it. And so you don't account for the random tips. You don't account for the random calls that you get. I need money. You don't account for, oh, this person looks like they need money. Let me just give them. And all those random things that you do, or the random shopping or the sales. Why? Because you have money. So imagine someone that was quite broke. Before they spend, they would think of all the possible things that particular amount could go into. But because money is coming, okay. Let's just buy this one. Money will come again at the end of the month. So if I was to sit down and ask you, where did your money go last month? You can't say. That is the beginning of being broke while earning well, right? So if this is you, tell me in the comment section that, Ola, you are talking to me. The third thing also is high debt obligation. And this one, I think I saw it live and direct. I had this friend who was probably earning like maybe times 3 of me at that time. And then she used to get bonuses. And her bonuses were solid, like, collecting bonuses that at this age, But then I remember there was a time we were sitting together and I'm like, oh, I want to travel. I'll take my leave in like 3 weeks. I opened my laptop and I bought a ticket. And she's like, Ola, you bought a ticket? I said, yes, I bought a ticket. And I said, how can you buy a ticket? I said, because I'm working. That's why I can buy a ticket. She said, no, that she cannot buy a ticket to travel the way I did. And then at that time, tickets were like 100K. Oh. I'm not talking about now. That tickets to travel are expensive. To go to UK, there was like 120K, 140K, right? Sorry, I'm not that old. Blame Nigeria, not my age. But you get the point. And then I'm like, why don't you have that? She was like, in fact, that she actually has a credit card debt. And it dawned on me that it's not really about how much you make, it's how you are able to gather it. And she's the largest giver. She will gift everybody everything giftable, right? But she did not have money. Now, what also does happen is that for people who assume they have a lot, they end up stretching themselves too much. So you could be in a situation where, oh, you didn't really need a credit card, but because of your cash flows in your accounts, your bank offers you one and you take it. And then you now realize that, oh, there's some things I can't pay with my debit card. I can now pay with my credit card, and I use the credit card. And then you stretch yourself. So you will now have car loan, you would have your mortgage running, you will now have that credit card. And after a while, you just realize that what you have done is that you spent your future money. So as the future money is coming, there's no money to invest. Why? Because it has gone to paying obligations, right? And so we have to be careful. The major thing as a high earner that you need to key in your mind is that you have money. As much as it sounds weird, but if your mind tells you that there's a lot of money, you will spend it. But if you can get your mind to put it in context that this money is actually not that much, right? There are a billion and one things that even if someone gave you 10 million right now, you can find a way to spend it. Cue in a colleague of mine who was a contract staff and then was confirmed into being a full staff. And for the next 3 months, he was spending his money, his salary on washing, like celebration. And so he was broke month one, month two, month three. And all the colleagues in the office were always going out to him on Friday. I'm not joking. And eating on his tab because he became a full staff, right? These are the things that happen, and it is real. It is very real. So high debt obligation is something that you need to be aware of. Make sure you don't stretch yourself. Make sure you look at your cash flows well, and make sure that you can afford to take on that debt and that you need it. So the next thing that happens to high earners is the lack of investment discipline. You're making money. That's fantastic. Tick the box. But the money is sitting down in your bank. What is it doing there? You can see how inflation is a thing, and it's a global thing, right? From rental prices going up to cost of food, cost of everything going up. So that money that you are piling up in your account, do you realize that eventually, as you are watching it there, the nominal amount would still be there, but the value is dropping. It is actually dropping. Think of how much it would have cost you to buy a car 10 years ago. In Nigeria, you could buy a new car with 3 million naira. There is no car you can buy in Nigeria right now for 3 million, except if it's a friend selling their car to you out of love. But any car that you see that costs 3 million is probably 20 years old right now. That is the power of inflation. So you make money, but you don't sit up to take hold of your finance and your financial future enough to get yourself to say, I need to invest and I need to start investing right now. And then you're making money so you can actually learn. You can pay for courses. You can sign up for stuff. It's not excusable, though. It's not excusable. But you see that lack of investment discipline, it can catch you in the future. Now, let me add here, just in case you don't know, it's something that I say and people say, oh, you're too serious. But if you work between 20 and 60, you are praying for long life, right? So let's say you live till like 90, 100. The money you make between 20 and 60 is what's supposed to fund you from 60 to that 90 or that 100 or that 120 if you have been praying for long life. You understand? Now, the question is, what are you doing to position yourself for that future? Earning well is good, but inflation is what happens that makes you see that uncle that used to dash you money when you were young. And then now that he's much older and has retired, he's now either asking you for money or he's dashing you 50 naira and looking like, hey, what's this about? It is real. And guess what? It's not because the person was bad. It was that he didn't do some certain things. So you can't afford to be caught there as a high earner. Like, what's the point of all this money that you are making if you are going to be broke later? Think about it. And the final thing is no clear financial plan. Now, I have this workshop that comes up 3 times a year, and you might want to check it out. And I always tell people at work, we have the strategy sessions that we have 5 year strategic plan, cascade into 1 year, right? We break it down, quarterly goals, blah, blah, blah. And we do all those things at work. We have the headwinds, we analyze, we do everything, and we fight through and we meet those targets. But how many people actually have a plan for their finances? Meaning, I'm going from A to Z, and this is my game plan. Most people don't. So if you don't, then and you know that finance is a journey, then the question is, what is the game? Like, what really is your plan? Or imagine if a colleague, you are like the CEO, and then maybe you are the chair of the board, and then the CEO comes and you say, "What's the plan?" And the CEO says, "Oh, it will be fine. We'll just sort it out somehow or the other," right? Like, how would you look at that CEO? Like, you are not serious, right? You are the CEO of your finances. Okay, what's your plan? Random work, let's think about it, right? So if you are earning but you are not building, it's a problem. Retirement, emergencies, long-term financing, those goals. And in fact, before even the things that sound so serious, just even the goals that you have that you want to enjoy in this life, you need to have a plan for them, right? Now, before we go into the program that I talked about, you can check it out. Link will be in the description. Join the waitlist if it's not available at the time when you're watching, right? But we have a free tool, the high earner clarity checklist. The idea of that checklist is for you to actually assess yourself. This is the standard. These are the boxes I have ticked. These are the boxes that I need to tick. Download it and thank me later. Then the last part is how to break three. Number one, do a full money audit. Download the high earner clarity checklist I talked about. I need to tell you all the things that you need to fix. Number two, control lifestyle creep. That's another thing that discipline, extremely important. Number three, if you have any debt obligation that is choking you, prioritize taking it out because it's going to choke you and it's going to choke you for a long while. Number four, pay your future self first. Automate your savings and your investing. Set up those direct debits. Move the money out immediately before you start enjoying yourself. Extremely important. And finally, number five, build systems for the future, right? A retirement account, insurance, an investment plan, right? All those things, they ensure that you are not just rich today, but you are secure tomorrow. If you have any questions, drop in the comments. Make sure you download our high earner clarity checklist. The link will be in the description. And don't forget that you can't outsource your health and your finances. You always have to engage. No one can go to the gym for you. No one can eat vegetables on your behalf. You have to take control of your finances. See you in the next video. Bye.